Hey guys, so today in this YouTube video, what we're going to be doing, I kind of wanted to find a topic out of Europe this time, back to another worldwide one. Um, we are going to compare, there's technically like three deserts in Africa. There's the Sahara, as it's well known. Then down here, there's both the Kalahari and Namib deserts. Now keep in mind, I have just found out the names. I don't know why, but for some reason, even when studying geography a lot, I always thought this desert was called Sub-Saharan Africa. No, it is Sub-Saharan Africa is what lies below the Sahara. So, but yeah, I kind of just found out a few of those things. But honestly, as for comparing, I should be able to teach a lot this time. Not with my dogs barking. Hold on. In a bit. Anyways, so I'm just gonna compare the two. Some of it's technically gonna be exploring curiosities. Sorry, I said that weird. Some of it's gonna technically be exploring curiosities, and some of it. Where's the sun at? Okay. And some of it will be teaching geography, but I think I'll be able to include both. Also, expect to be in space a lot. I know the noises in the background are kind of creepy. I don't know if it was just me. That was kind of when I first had this game. Anyways, so starting with the Sahara. Well, I'd say starting with the comparison first. You could kind of see the big difference between the two. Um, the Sahara is just more, I guess, full of sand, and it just kind of wiped like that. And then I don't know, I said wiped. And then down here, it kind of just a little bit more red, a little bit full of mountains. Well, not really mountains when you get down, but it's more bushy I mean, of course, there's most photos of the Sahara being like on the sand dunes. Keep in mind, I won't be able to look at a lot of photos today, but I'd say there's a lot of photos on the sand dunes there, but down here, from what you could tell, there was a lot of like those trees slash bushes. I don't know. I think they're bushes. I don't know for sure. Now there is some in the Sahara, just it doesn't take up much. They're kind of the opposite. Basically, the Sahara is just cleaned, if that makes sense. That's kind of the description I use. That's why I said wiped. And then the Namib and Kalahari deserts are just full of like bushes and stuff, and it's a bit darker. But it's like the Sahara kind of has those, but very few. And then the Namib and Kalahari deserts have very few of like the sand dune things. I know there's a few sand dune pictures in the country of Namibia. That's based off of Google Maps, or no, Google Pictures, and besides those pictures, I don't know. I feel like, well, of course we know some filters. Now the thing is, now I'd say if we take a look, I can't really get many pictures. I don't know quite where the sand dunes are is a thing. One big thing to point out, especially I've kind of noticed this in Egypt recently. There's a lot of, those circle like farmland things. I know they're farmland. I just don't know what they're quite like. But for example, I don't know if these are it. No. I'll show the ones in Egypt. I think I saw some kind of down here when beginning the video. It was no, not those. Okay, the Sahara's not quite full of it. It's probably just mainly the Egypt area, but these like little farmland circle things. Hold on, they're not here. Here. This is a huge field of them in Egypt. They're noticeable in space. It's kind of a few of these. I was trying to explore the towns here. Now, for some reason, I don't know why. Sorry, I thought this would be throughout a lot of the Sahara. It seems to be Egypt. I noticed a few others in Egypt. This is probably the most noticeable section of it. I just want to zoom in for a bit. Now, this is Cairo. Well, it's by Cairo, so there's, of course, going to be some of the farmland. So, I guess, really, with the Sahara, one big thing to point out is the industrialized cities are just more on the outside. Of course, there's Cairo and then some of Sudan here. But then lots of Libya's citizens live up in the north, and I think that's the same with like Tunisia and Algeria. But then, of course, there's the city Algiers, and there's Morocco, which is a pretty populated country. And then like on the west coast of Africa here, we have kind of small countries, but yet again, I don't know, I keep saying this weird, but you can kind of tell their capital cities are on the outside. For example, there's like Dakar in Senegal, and then there's the Gambia stuff, but then being southern. So, really, their cities are more on the outside. Now, let's quickly go back south again to the Namib and Kalahari deserts. The industrialism, I'd say, is less noticeable. It's still kind of more outside. So, of course, there's some in South Africa. 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I am back. Anyways, so the industrialism, I know I was kind of looking on the outside of the Sahara here. 1 second again. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't really think. Okay. So I know I was kind of pointing out with the industrialism in the Sahara, I was kind of pointing it out more on the outside. Hold on. I think since I took off my headset, I'm kind of close to the earth. 1 sec. Okay. I know I kind of pointed it all out on the outside. But I'd say down here in southern, in the Namib and Kalahari deserts, the only industrialism is one in South Africa, which full on leaves the deserts. It's not that close. And then Namibia, which is the second least densely populated country in the world. I think it lives like all up in the north, mostly. I think there's only like 2 million people in this big space. And then like here's the Kalahari stuff. I don't know much about the population areas of Botswana is the thing. But I'd say, yeah, industrialism, basically what I'm trying to point out was industrialism's just like major cities are a bit further away than in the Sahara up here, which they are kind of just close in proximity, but from what you can tell, they kind of put the capitals and big cities very far north and far away from the desert, because it's like it would be difficult to live in this space. I also kind of wanted to see, because I bet there's not going to be as much of the farmland, but sometimes the farmland's a bit different. It's like more squared out. But from what I'm seeing, there's more of these bushes. And like I can't notice any like farmland patterns by each other. This is the capital of Namibia. Isn't it? It's pronounced, I know it's in German, like Windhoek something. Anyways, I'm kind of just looking here for too long. But yeah, I'm not really noticing any like farmland patterns, but yet again, I didn't notice it much in the Sahara. I think it's really just with Egypt. So I didn't quite think about that. There's kind of some nearly out of Egypt's borders. So yeah, there's actually not a lot. Now, I don't quite know where the sand dunes are either. I'm just wondering, I try to look all over the Sahara if there's like going to be sand dune pictures anywhere, because people would take a lot of those. This kind of looks like a sand dune area. I don't know. But there is some like photos in Namibia of sand dunes. Okay, this is a city. But overall, it's not really like this. Now, I've kind of looked a lot at the Sahara. We're just seeing a ton of sand. Let's quickly, after this, let's go back south and I guess take a big look at these as much as I did in the north, in the Sahara. So there's actually, I can see some patterns which seem to look like farmland, but I just barely noticed that. These are just, the problem is there's not as much to explore here, which is why. I wonder, has anyone taken pictures on these roads? Probably not. I think I saw like a picture somewhere in this area show up. Oh, oh my God. Yes, okay. Now we can get a full-on look down. Sorry, marbles scratching posts here. Sorry, I wasn't thinking. So around here, yeah, some of these short trees. Um, so there's a ton more roads, and there's like all these trees, and just a ton more of like the plantation and fencing. But like that's kind of basically it. But it kind of just gets different over time because from what you can tell, it kind of turns a bit red here, and yeah, you can see that pretty well. It's pretty red here with the trees, but it's like it's still pretty isolated because of just it being straight up desert. Well, like desert with trees. Sorry, I think I'm getting distracted. Oh, this looks like a crazy area for a picture. Okay, so yeah, pretty much you can just notice trees. That's it. I kind of though. Let's see if um. I also wonder because there's these big spaces. Oh, Etosha National Park. I don't know if there's mountains in these areas. Probably not. I only know about mountains in South Africa, but from what you can tell, it actually goes pretty green here. It's actually still kind of like desert-ish, like dry, like a desert, but we're still kind of leaving the borders to it. Um, uh, so from what you can tell, there's honestly less activity in the Namib and Kalahari deserts, which is kind of surprising. I don't know. There's kind of an equal amount of no activity. I don't think I'm looking at some of the same city stuff, but I don't know. Um, but then like you'll go onto these areas thinking they're mountains, but they just end up kind of being dry like this, and there's likely no photos out here. Um, but then yeah, it just ends up here in Morocco where there's civilization, but it's kind of dry. I just want to see what it's like just leaving into a town. You know what? We could go to like Cairo or something, but hold on. I want to see where my border for my boundary is. Okay. Um, my boundary is like right here. Okay, sorry. Okay, I just want to see if there's photos anywhere here. I don't know if I'll be able to, unless I can go to that capital in Namibia, Windhoek, and see. Uh, gonna do the flying slow. It's kind of more within the town that you're able to find photos like this. I gotta just be sure I'm not leaving the desert. Well, we pretty much have left the Sahara Desert, but it's like it's still kind of dry up here. I just want to see. But then it becomes green, like grass up here. This is kind of where you can see it end. So green. Oh, there's a slight town here. I wonder. I hope there's photos here. If I see anything change, I'll loop around and do the slowdown. It's a little difficult out here. I just want to see what it looks like, and I'll probably end the video here. I want to just make more short videos. I still need to make that community post I'm talking about. I'm remembering to make that community post more, so don't worry about Google Earth VR videos. There was a photo. If there was a photo here, hopefully there's more in this town, maybe? I don't know. Dang, just one photo. It's difficult to get one out in the Sahara. Man, sorry. I could just pause the recording and find, but we're kind of just finding out more about the Sahara is the thing. Which is kind of why I don't. I'm probably gonna look at like a few more towns and then probably end it afterwards. Or make a comparison. Yeah, let's just go to Cairo, Egypt. I don't know what I'm doing. Or just anywhere. Algiers is not close to. Oh, Tripoli in Libya is good, but I feel like since they have civilization built here, kind of gets out fast, which is the problem. And Cairo would be even worse cuz I don't know, I say worse, but it's just cuz it alone. Okay, I think the best place I could possibly get a photo somewhere is like not even here. Surely like this road. This road or something. Okay. Um Mission kind of failed unless I kind of saw a good photo there, but I'm going to keep looking. I'll probably just end the video here. I know, sorry this ending was kind of like this, and this is kind of actually not too much shorter of a video, but still. It's mostly just searching I've been doing. I'm going to end the video here. I still need to make the community post. I know I keep mentioning it. I'm remembering it more, and it'll probably get to a point that I'll remember to make it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and goodbye.